Thank you.
Yeah, they expect a bail. The UAW expects a bailout of the American auto companies when they go bust because of the EV mandate. So while President Biden touts his working class bona fides with the UAW, former President Donald Trump is actually the one getting ahead with the working class.
So in New Hampshire, Trump beat out Nikki Haley with non-college educated voters by 30 points. It's a trend across the nation in a head-to-head with Biden. Trump leads 50 to 35% among that same demographic.
Let's bring in Mike Rowe Works Foundation CEO, Mike Rowe. Mike, there is such a stark divide between college educated and non-college educated, but I always remind people that only about a third of people in this country have a four-year college degree.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. The divide in some ways is not as stark in my mind as it was in years past. It's a little more confusing, though, because right now in real time, I think we're seeing a PR problem unfold for the credential that we know as a four-year degree. 10 years ago, if you said, hey, I've got the support of the college educated behind me, I think the average person would immediately go, okay, so the smart people are with you. But something's happened. You know, the bottom is falling out of the perception market for a four-year degree. And you see it in virtually every headline everywhere you look. So honestly, I'm not sure what it means to say, hey, I've got the support of the college educated, because I can't find any evidence to indicate that that means you have the support of wise, prudent, thoughtful people. I think you could just as easily argue, yeah, you've got the support of people that hold $1.7 trillion in student loans and by and large can't find work in their chosen fields of study. So I just don't know what to conclude from it. We might as well talk about blood type and star signs.
Well, you know, I think it's a good point. I think those who have gone to a four-year institution have ended up with an indoctrination as opposed to an education. But on this topic, it shouldn't come as a surprise, but just about a third of Americans say they have a great deal or quite a lot of confidence in higher education. That's down more than 20 points since 2015. So there's been a seismic shift in how Americans think about college, what it means for their careers, what's taught in those colleges. What do you think has led to that, Mike?
I think it's the frog in the boiling water. You know, these things take time, Sean, right? I mean, back in the mid-'60s, higher ed needed a PR campaign, a good one, and it got one. Unfortunately, it came at the expense of every other form of education, and then we wound up with a skills gap and no shop class and so forth and so on. We've talked about all that. But as the bloom starts to come off the rose, that too takes time. And I think something really extraordinary happened during the lockdowns. I think people at NYU got really sick and tired and angry of seeing their tuition go up to the highest in the country for Zoom classes. I think employers across the country right now are looking at an average GPA at Harvard of 3.8. Right. That used to be summa cum laude when I went to school. It's like everybody's getting a trophy, everybody's getting an A, and if I'm an employer hiring a Harvard grad, I honestly have no idea who I'm hiring. It could be a disciplined, hardworking, smart, industrious self-starter, or it could be the son of a legacy who coasted through the whole thing. And throw in the latest debacle, the congressional testimony, the plagiarism charges, the inability to condemn genocide. Parents are just shaking their head and going, what is happening? Like in real time, right in front of us, what is happening? Donations are drying up. Graduates are taking their degrees off their wall because they no longer resonate with pride. They're shameful. So the worm is turning, guys. And frankly, I think education is too important to root against it. I want it back. I want it great, but I'm afraid it might have to go splat before we get there.
Well, if it goes splat to like $10,000 for 4 years, that would be an awesome splat, Mike. Thank you so much.
You got it. Anytime, guys.
So good to see you, always.
Mike Rowe, pleasure.